Nation, you already know what time it is. Let's get it. Yo, salute to the chat. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graph Show, however which way you want to slice it. Yes. What's the deal, my brother?
Man, real quick, you guys, my Wi-Fi is a little spooky today, so my apologies. But I'm blessed, brother. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm great, man. It feels good to be home this time of day, bro. It really do, man. I'm enjoying this week off, bro.
It definitely a lot to talk about today. We good.
It's just a tad bit. It's a little Blair Witch Project-esque. you now you back now. You back now. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Salute to my guys in here, man. Jersey Stokes, Martin, Sin, Gorell Webster, always first, never last. Desert Raider. Latina Griffith, the Flying Wonderful, Richard Twitchell, Coach, Raider Nation, my dog Graham Cam is in the place, Dan, Get Off My Lawn Teaser's in the place, Leaky, everybody's here. Graf, I'm sorry, bro, because your mic froze, so I had to get on it, bro. But go ahead, brother.
It's all good, man. Like I said, my Wi-Fi is a little off. The neighborhood, I think it's the neighborhood today. But salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them. You already know what it is. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button. A lot to talk about today. Russell Wilson. We're going to talk about quarterback Jared Stidham. We're going to talk about the new tight end that we picked up. And we're going to talk about our young rookie Michael Mayer and his availability moving forward in 2 games. So we're going to talk about that, man. It's kind of scary. We went out and signed another tight end. And I don't know if this is more Michael Mayer wasted or a Horsted type situation, because Horsted was on the IR as well. I mean, not the IR, but the injury report. You know what I mean? So I don't know if this is Mayer's toe. I don't know, but we'll talk about that here. So yeah, my apologies, you guys. I don't know what is going on with my Wi-Fi right now.
Nah, it's gonna pick up in the middle of the show. Man. It's all good. But bro, I'm gonna be real with you, man. When it comes to the tight end, I think it's a little of both. We have a very, very tight end dependent offense, right? You can't go out there with only 2 guys. And then, you got to go out there and get a guy that gives you that option of a blocker. You know what I mean? So I think the Raiders understand that this Mayer injury is probably going to be for the duration of the regular season. It could possibly go into the postseason, but turf toe is normally a 4 to 6 week injury for some people. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
and I don't want to pontificate on no bull, but Mayer is not going to be available for the rest of the season. Now, if the season's on the line, I would rather we go with Austin Hooper, because Austin Hooper is a guy who's performed at a high level in the National Football League. And to be honest with you, he's been a starter his whole career except here. So I'm cool with Austin Hooper. I would rather 100% of Austin Hooper than 65% of Michael Mayer, to be real with you, brother.
Real quick, you guys, this is not Michael Mayer is out for the season. We put a question mark because, he did miss this last game with the toe. Those toe injuries linger. We know how this. And, we went out today. According to Tom Pelissero, he put it on Twitter today. The Raiders are signing tight end Zack Gentry off of the Bengals practice squad. Real quick, I got some stuff to talk about in terms of him. Real quick, salute to everybody here in the building. Read off a few stats and a few things. Salute to Raider Legends. Yeah, man. Raider Legends on Instagram. Raiders are signing tight end Zack Gentry off the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad. Gentry, a 5th-round pick in 20, spent the first 4 seasons of his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The pick that was selected with the originally owned by the Raiders, but they traded it away along with the 3rd round pick in return for then superstar wide receiver Antonio Brown. The 6'8", 265-pound tight end posted 19 receptions for 102 yards on 23 targets in 2022. Gentry recorded 1 catch in traffic on 3 targets in traffic, 1 drop, 6 first downs, and a 90.6 passer rating when targeted. He was penalized 1 time. He is now on the 53-man roster, and our 53-man roster at this point is full. So there you have it.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is the thing, man. Zack Gentry's a big boy, man. He's a road grader. He's a guy to Michigan. I remember when he's in college. I haven't seen much of him in the National Football League. But anytime you have a big 6'8", 265-pound tight end, man, that guy is pretty much a sandwich away from being a right tackle. So I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? That guy's 265, brother. If he have a bad weekend of eating, he could be put at right tackle quickly, man. So I love it, man. I mean, exactly. the thing that kind of it doesn't bother me, but the thing that I'm hoping that Mayer is not an injury-prone guy, because that's one of the reasons why we got rid of Darren Wallen and we jettisoned him for not being available when we needed him the most. And to be real with you, the 2 most crucial games of the season are this week and possibly next week, you know, when it comes to the Denver Bronco game.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, I would have loved for him to be available for that and to be a guy in the red zone that we can depend on. But at this point, man, we got to roll with who we got, man. And let's hope that, you know, Aidan looks better than he did last week, because I kind of feel like he missed Mayer. Mayer has kind of been his safety blanket. He missed them last week. And some of them first downs and stuff.
No, definitely.
Missed them, brother.
Yeah. No, definitely. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Once again, my apologies. My Wi-Fi is a little off, a little spotty today. Salute to everybody. Let's talk about this Russell Wilson thing here. So it came out today, you guys. For those who have no idea what we're talking about, Russell Wilson has officially been benched for Jared high-stakes Stidham. Mr. Take over the last 2 games of the regular season. That's what we're going to call him. Mr. Take over the last 2 games of the regular season.
So is it like
last year with Derek Carr?
Your girl?
Yeah, there you go. Mr. Steal your Mr. Steal your spot. Mr. Steal your spot. And it's pretty much the same thing, you guys. One of the key reasons behind Sean Payton actually sitting Russell Wilson, and don't get it wrong, he has struggled these past 3 weeks. Also, Ian Rappaport put it out there that he has a $37 million injury guarantee for 2025 that becomes fully guaranteed in March. Sitting the QB the final 2 weeks to ensure he doesn't suffer some type of catastrophic injury provides the Broncos financial stability if Sean Payton and company decide to move on from the 35-year-old quarterback in 2024. But the late season benching is a strong indicator Denver will end the Wilson ride after 2 seasons. Wilson do $9 million fully guaranteed in 2024.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, bro. Yo, it's crazy because it's still going to cost him a pretty penny for him not to be on the roster. I mean, he represents $85 million in dead cap money over the next 2 seasons. $35 million in 2024, $49.6 in 2025 if he's a post June 1st release. You know, so you'd have to divide that. And that's I don't know how you'd be able to hide that money. You know, a lot of this is I'm really happy about this, man, because the Broncos now are in no man's land, right? They've won enough games where they're not going to be picking at the top of the draft, you know, unless they trade away, you know, everything for forevermore. And they really don't have much to trade because they made a trade to get Russell Wilson and they got aggressive to bring him in, right? So now they don't have the draft capital to move up in the draft. Yeah. They're not going to get the quarterback they probably would want. And Russell Wilson is going to hamstring this roster financially for the foreseeable future. So hopefully we can retain ownership over the Denver Broncos over the next few years, bro. It's looking like that's what's going to happen.
As we have these past few seasons, man. They haven't beat us in Las Vegas yet. Salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to Raider Felon. Greetings, Wasted and Graph. AP and the Raiders are playing with that black Air Force One energy.
Yes, sir.
And he literally has them all. So yeah, it's actually Comedy Central. He's really out there.
He's standing on business, bro. He's standing on business. He's coming in here, man, kicking ass, bro. I love, bro. not to careen into like an Antonio Pierce rant, but bro, like it feels so good to have the stuff that. What's up, brother?
Real quick, hey, take over the show real fast. I'm gonna restart my internet. Take over the show. I'll be right back.
I got it, bro. Yo, it feels good, man, to have that old Raider feeling back. It feels good, man. Like all the reasons why a lot of us are Raider fans is because of the way we've always went about our business as Raiders. You know what I mean? It feels good to have that shit back, man. I love it, man. Let me get to some of y'all in the chat, man. My guy Dyson Sphere, man. He said, I've seen Broncos fans saying they don't want him to get hurt because they want to be able to restructure his contract. They wouldn't be able to if he's injured, and that's guaranteed money that's locked in. This is pretty much the Derek Carr scenario over in a nutshell. It's the same thing. Sean Payton, when Sean Payton embarrassed Russell Wilson a few weeks ago on the sideline, yelling at him like that, I knew it was the end of the world for them. They could not continue to go on with Russell Wilson being embarrassed like that. You can't look at a guy as the leader of your team getting embarrassed like that on the sideline, man. So I love it, man. Yo, my guy, Dunna Gunna. All right, boys. If I'm the GM, these are my moves. Tell me what you think. Trade a third or a second for Fields, draft a DT or an OT in the first few rounds, hire an offensive mind as an OC. What do you think, homie? Dunna Gunna, yo, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm on the same sheet of music with you, bro. I want us to draft a freaking quarterback, though, somewhere in that scenario, yo. Somewhere in that scenario. My guy, Dwayne Smith, is in a place, man. I live in Indiana, and I'm going to the game Sunday in Indy. This is a local media game, and the local media has no idea how good we are playing and don't know the D we bring into Indy. Go Raider Nation. Dwayne Smith, yo, that is exactly what I said the last time I was in Indiana. They had no idea the D I was bringing to Indiana. So shout out to you. Oh, my God, man. Yeah, man. But look, man, so when we look at this whole scenario with Russell Wilson, man, either which way you slice it, man, this is good for the Raiders. This is good for the Raiders because if the Denver Broncos are weak, that means that the Raiders get stronger. Now, we're going in to go face a guy like Jarrett Stidham. And, guys, forgive me. You know what I mean? I don't have control of the chat. When Graf comes back in, we're going to put up all of the comments, so I'm just going to read them. But the Jarrett Stidham situation, this is a nightmare scenario for some of us because a lot of us wanted the previous regime to keep Jarrett Stidham as our quarterback this year. And I would hate to see Jarrett Stidham come and be successful against us. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I would hate to see him be successful against us. Now, Jarrett Stidham is no world beater. So, the thing that scares me about Jarrett Stidham is Jarrett Stidham will put his body on the line to make a throw. Jarrett Stidham will put his body on the line to get a first down. And you can't overlook him, man. But we got to focus on the Colts going forward in this game, man, to be honest with you, man. Let me get back into this chat, man. My guy Dyson Sphere. They definitely got to bring in a QB. 2 wouldn't be a bad idea. Young and a vet and the rookie. We got to find that guy. That's appreciated. Hey, yo, my guy, Joe Capital Ramos, yo. Salute, y'all. If AP needs the Raiders team to leads this Raider team to the AFC title, he deserves to win Coach of the Year, and no one could tell me otherwise. Joe, listen, man, we can cross that bridge when we get there, bro. Let's just beat the Colts first. Facts. And then let's beat the Broncos first. And then after we do that, let's get into the playoffs first, bro. Like, I think what we've been doing is, bro, I don't want to be the wet blanket because, listen, let me tell you something. I'm high on hopium right now, bro. Yeah. I'm very, very optimistic about the team. Graphic is, we all are. As a nation, we are very, very optimistic, but we have to take care of business first because, listen, man, pride cometh before the fall. If we're too high and we talk about going to the AFC this and that, and we lose this week, then all of y'all going to be killing everybody and say that we need to get rid of the whole team.
Yeah. Facts. Salute to everybody, man. My apologies. Got my Wi-Fi straight. We're good to go. Salute to the 800-plus people in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button on both channels. I love to see, and Matt put that out there right there, to the Colts, 28th ranked run defense. So I believe they're like somewhere around 9th or 10th against the pass. But this is a game where we're going to have, if Josh is out there, or if it's Zeus again, Zeus season, which he's had 2 great weeks back to back, we have to run the ball effectively. Wasted. We have to, especially with Aidan not being able to throw the football. This past week against the Kansas City Chiefs defense, I don't want him just limit the turnovers. Just continue to not turn the ball over. You know what I mean? Run the football, run to set up the pass. I'm hoping for a big Zeus game again. And to be honest with you, man, if Josh does come back, I'm hoping that they do more of a running back by committee, split the reps. Yeah. You know what I mean? Give him 15, run the football 30 times. You know what I mean? Give them, get Josh a little more, be patient with him because the quad injury, that thing lingers, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you don't want to just rush him back out there and have him run the football 20, 25 times. So you're right. They do have a terrible run defense. We have to exploit that come next week or come this week in Indianapolis.
Now, hey, bro, this is the thing I'm looking at, man. Like, so if the Raiders have a lot of offensive plays, right?
Uh-huh.
The more you run the football, the less offensive plays you have, right? Because, it takes more time off the clock to run the ball. Say if the Raiders have 58 offensive plays, I'd like to see them be 30% run.
Yeah.
I would love to see that because if you have that, Aidan O'Connell is the kind of quarterback where he's not looking to sling the ball all over the place. He needs to stay within the offense, stay within himself, limit the turnovers. And anytime that run game is cooking, that he can sell that play action so where he can get that space in the pocket, he needs to deliver the ball downfield.
Yeah, facts, man. Salute to everybody here. We need to sustain drives this week. That defense is great, but they're out there too damn long. SBG, but this is the thing, though. Not really. This past week, we didn't score offensively, but we took a lot of that clock. Like, we took a lot of that clock on the offense.
Running the ball, man.
Ran the football effectively, and we kept that offense off the field. You know what I mean? So I have to disagree with you a little bit, brother, but you're right, though. I mean, but I'm not really afraid of Minshew, though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really afraid of him.
I don't know why you're not. Because he's played well against us. He beat us our last game in Oakland, I think.
No, I understand that. But I'm just saying, like, we got two back-to-back games against two backup quarterbacks. We got Minshew. We already know that's Anthony Richardson's team. He went out with that shoulder injury, I believe, for the season. Minshew is a high-end backup quarterback. He is. I'm not. But Pittman dealing with that concussion, I don't know if he's going to be out there this Sunday. They do have a few other weapons over there on the offensive side of the football. Jonathan Taylor is still trying to find his feet. Zach Moss has been dealing with that injury. Look, man, this is a game that you got to go in there and you got to beat these guys. Like, real talk. Like, I know that right now, technically, if the playoffs started today, they're a playoff team. They've won a lot of close games this season. They found ways to win football games. But I'm going to be honest, you guys, if we don't go in there, I mean, I would take any kind of win on the road. But I feel like we should go in there and beat these guys kind of clear. Like, real talk, the way this defense has been playing, bro, Minshew has turned the ball over a lot. He has.
Yeah, Uncle Rico has. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that he hasn't had Jonathan Taylor. Uncle Rico he's another guy who lives and dies from the play action pass.
But Moss has ran the football great for them. He has like 700, 800 yards rushing this year, bro.
Yeah, I know Zeke Moss. I have him on my fantasy team. But the thing is, it's a little different. With Moss, it's death by 1,000 cuts. He's not running off big runs like Jonathan Taylor. He's not a home run threat.
No, not
so he's a guy that they just continuously give the ball to because they have a backup quarterback, and they kind of just keep running the ball and running it and running it and running it. The problem is with the Raiders is there's no game where I go into the game thinking that we're the favorites at anything because of the fact that we haven't quite found our rhythm on offense.
Yeah,
our defense. I feel like I think our defense should play better than the Colts defense. Yeah. But we don't know what offense we're going to get from week to week. Yeah. Let's hope we get the great Aidan O'Connell. Let's hope we get the guy who was in the Charger game. Because, the Colts, to be honest with you, they present a problem that we have issues with. They have some superstars in the middle of that defense. Mm-hmm. And we don't. And that's a huge, huge problem. I didn't really want to get into the Colts game too much today.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about too much.
But that's more my thing. I mean, but circling back to the Jarrett Stidham caveat, right? Mm-hmm. Stiddy, bro, is a guy that concerns me, bro, because it would just be that Raider-ass luck to have a guy that we jettison and should be starting here for us kick our ass in the last game of the season, man. And it's just our luck, bro.
He could potentially get us out of the whole playoff talks. But this is the thing. I haven't seen Stidham play in an offense that wasn't led by Josh McDaniels. I don't know what Stidham we're going to get. To me, he looked like a system quarterback, a guy that can get it done in Josh McDaniel's system. I haven't seen him play in Sean Payton's. And I think this is kind of at a point where Sean is just kind of hanging it up. He's like, you know what, it is what it is. I think I'm not going to say that Stidham is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson. I'm not going to do that at all.
No, not at all.
I think that the Denver Broncos have a better chance to win these next 2 games with Russell Wilson at the quarterback position. But I think this is kind of just him just packing it up, bro. I think Sean Payton is saying, look, I've won a Super Bowl before. Yeah, we might be able to sneak into the playoffs with what we got right now, maybe. But, I mean, at the end of the day, they're playing it smart by playing the money game, playing the long game with Russell. You know what I mean? Like, you do not want to handcuff yourself having to pay him that kind of astronomical amount of money. You know what I mean? It's the same thing that happened last year, you guys. Derek Carr shit the bed against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Josh said, you know what? We're going to sit him because we do not want to have that guaranteed money hanging over if he's injured. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, real quick, I want to kill this narrative real fast, y'all, before we get these supers. I know you got something to say about that. Yeah. No. That's all I'm going to say. No. Russell Wilson will not be a Raider, you guys. I'm already seeing it on Twitter. I'm already seeing on Instagram people say, oh, well, what? No. We're killing that narrative now before people start putting up thumbnails with Russell Wilson and Raider jerseys and trying to sell it to the nation. It is not going to happen, okay? So let's just go ahead and wrap that shit up now. It is not going to happen. Next year, Russell Wilson will not be a Raider, okay?
Let Russ cook.
Yes. It's not going to happen.
Yo, stranger things have happened, Graphic.
Stranger things have
happened, baby.
You now.
Woo! Russell Wilson, baby.
We are killing that narrative now.
We are not with the residency. She's going to take over for Usher, like you said. She's going to be up there doing her goodies. Busting open on the 50-yard line, baby. Woo! Russell, high stakes, Wilson. He's going to be like, nation, let's ride.
Let's ride.
He gonna bring his cringy ass here. But no, Doug, you know what's happening? There's 2 things, right? One, I think that Sean Payton was trying to do a gentleman's tank job this year. I really think he was, yo. I don't care what nobody say. You call me conspiracy theorist, call me what you want. Yo, he was up in there looking like, okay, this is what we gonna do, man. We gonna tank this thing. We're going to get Caleb. We're going to get rid of Russ. And we're going to do it all over again. And then Russ started winning. And he was looking to unload on Russ all season, and he couldn't. And he finally did. He disrespected him on national television.
You know what's funny? You know who I think is going to be their quarterback? And you guys, please take a snippet of this, because if it's happening.
He's going to say Drew Lock.
No. Drew Lock is in Seattle. He's already over there. They're going to go get J.J. McCarthy. I have a feeling they're going to get J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan.
Ooh.
I have a feeling that Sean Payton is going to see. He knows what he can do. He knows what he can bring to the table. I think that is a guy that would fit in Sean Payton's system. I think that they're going to go out and get a guy like J.J. McCarthy next year. And they have Stidham on 1 more year. They signed him a 2-year deal, right? $10 million. So Stidham will be their backup. They'll move on from Russell and take a massive, massive hit financially. But I think they go get J.J. McCarthy, bro. I do. I think that's the guy.
Bro, it depends on where they sit. If they're in the top 13 or 14 picks, I can see them going to get Bo Nix.
Oh, I can see that too.
So you got to put this. Bo Nix, like your life depended on it, to the Broncos with the great and powerful Sean Payton with his antiquated offense, running Bo Nix into the ground. I think Bo Nix is more his cup of tea. J.J. McCarthy is a kid to me, man, who looks like he needs some more development. He really does. And I don't know if is he definitely coming out this year?
Yes.
He's definitely coming out this year. Mm-hmm. So look, bro, we're splitting hairs right there. I think J.J. McCarthy would fit well in Sean Payton's offense, to be 100% real with you. I just don't really like his frame.
I think if they bring in McCarthy, they give him a nice run game, turn that, run first offense. I think they can make that work. I hope they don't, though. But salute to Jason, man. Just came in. Pause. Hope y'all had a blessed day today. We're going to get after that hippie from Indy. Our story is not done. Salute to Jason Hunter and salute to Wasted with the pause board. You already know. Salute to our guy. Salute to Richard Twitch, my guy. Mark Davis, pull the trigger and hire AP. I've not felt this proud to be a Raider in 20 years. We could beat the Donkeys. If Mark makes this announcement prior to the game, you juice us all up. Technically, Richard, he can't do it yet. You know what I mean? We have to wait until the season is up before we actually offer him the job. But I think, Richard, you're going to be pretty happy. I think you'll be pretty satisfied once the season is over. I think that everybody can kind of sense that AP is going to get the job.
You know what Mark should do? Mark should do like in the movie Major Leagues. He should come into the locker room, right? Like real shit. Remember Major Leagues where they had that where they're taking the clothes off of the owner who was trying to make them lose? He should come into the locker room this week and say, "You guys want AP to be your coach? Win these 2 games. He's definitely coach. I'll give y'all my word. I will hire him.
I like that.
Go out there and go win AP this job for me."
I like that.
I would love him to do that, bro.
Salute to Rudy. AO4 isn't a long-term solution, in my opinion. Fellas, he can't move around in the pocket and misses some reads. Sad that McDoofus left us so talentless at quarterback. AO4 is the best we got. Let me say this, Rudy. At the end of the day, this is a rookie who's played 8 games at the NFL level. I hate to keep going back to what we've preached in the past, but what kind of rookie year did Peyton Manning have? Wasted?
Peyton Manning threw for over 20 touchdowns. He threw for more interceptions than he did touchdowns. Peyton Manning was he had a good rookie year. People try to go to that, but he threw for I think 3,000 yards, man. Let me pull up his numbers right now. If you give me a quick chance, man. I mean,
most of these guys have had, most of these guys that come in as rookies, and this is a late round guy. This isn't we're not talking about Peyton's the first.
Yeah, he's the first overall pick. So 1998, Peyton Manning played 16 games. He was 3-13. He had 326 completions. He had 575 attempts. He passed for 56.7%. He had 3,739 yards, 26 touchdowns, 28 picks.
There you go.
Dude, he threw for almost 4,000 yards and 26 touchdowns, though.
Yeah, and we have a quarterback right now that has, 9 touchdowns, 7 picks? Somewhere around that in 8 games? So at the end of the day, man, just allow this guy to go through his, take his bumps and bruises now. But I'm telling you, a full offseason, you got to remember, you guys, this was a guy that was the 3rd quarterback on our QB depth chart. He didn't get all the reps. He's still learning on the fly. Peyton Manning played every game that year. This guy he's 8 games in with 2 different head coaches, 2 different offensive coordinators.
Bro,
you know what I mean? So
Peyton Manning, bro. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, bro. Peyton Manning, bro. Every year this dude's throwing for 4,700 yards, 4,000.
Oh yeah.
To me, and I know I know y'all gonna kill me for this. To me, day in and day out, he's the best regular season player in the history of the league, man. Yeah. He was just so you could set your watch to his greatness every week, man.
Insane. Salute to Chris, man. Graph wasted. If AOC is having trouble completing passes, there should be dump offs to running backs designed into play calls. I agree, Chris. 3rd and 5 is better than 3rd and 10. Agree. I would love to see some more screen passes and implement some more things like that. Like you said, some dump offs and stuff like that. But they're allowing Aidan to go out there and throw the ball. Like that's one thing I love that Bo is allowing this kid to do. He's allowing him to go out there and stretch the field, wasted. You know what I'm saying? Like just allow him to have some freedom because that's where you learn the game. You know what I mean? I don't think you really learn too much by just throwing off dump offs and just doing that left and right. You got to allow him to go out there and kind of mold his game, tailor his game.
You can't look, scared money don't make money. You got to allow the man to play the game. He has a big arm. Let him uncork that ball and throw it down the damn field. Yeah. You got Devonte Adams. You got Jacoby Myers. You got Josh. You have a who's who and a myriad of talent all up and down his offense. And really to be real with you, Aidan is really the thing that's kind of holding the potential of his offense back. It's him and the offensive coordinator. So you can't play scared. I love the fact that they stopped playing scared. Yeah. Look, and I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe not Peyton. I'm thinking I got Peyton, Sean Payton, and Peyton Manning in the mind, right? But maybe Aidan O'Connell develops kind of a kinship the same way Peyton Manning did with Tom Moore in Indianapolis all those years ago. You know what I mean? He had a lot of offensive coordinators, right? But Tom Moore was the guy who really got the most out of Peyton Manning. I know when he first got there, I'm trying to remember when Moore was there. Was it Ted Marchibroda? Because I know Ted Marchibroda was the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. And I know he came back as offensive coordinator. I don't know. I got to remember. But I know Tom Moore, for the lion's share of Peyton Manning's career, was the offensive coordinator there.
Yeah. Salute to number 1. And once again, Wasted brought up another name that I never thought I would hear again in my life. AP brought back the Raider way. AP for head coach. I agree, Raider number 1. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to my dog. Ant just received that new coffee and convo bug yesterday. My boy Fire. Thanks. No, thank you, brother. Salute to you, Ant, for always supporting us, brother. That means a lot to me, King. Thank you so much. If y'all can, go to oaklasvegas.com. The new mugs are totally crazy. Like, real talk.
My daughter broke my freaking coffee and convo mug, throwing it in the sink to her. I need another mug, bro. I got to get one, man. I can't be on coffee and convo without a coffee and convo mug. I got to drink out of this thing here, man.
You mean this right here?
Yo, man, stop doing that, bro.
Hey, I got another one right here too.
Yeah, no, you gotta stop doing that, bro. Like, I know it's funny, bro. Like, I know people think that. Oh, I can go in there. I don't want to leave and go in the kitchen and go pull out my 20 Raider mugs, right?
Huh?
Yeah, because you have them all set up in front of you. Graf builds a clubhouse with all his Raider stuff. but yo, like, this is what I don't want to happen. We drinking out of the same mug, right? People think we call each other, hey, Graf, what mug are you going to wear? I don't know. I'm going to use this one. Like, that's not how it happens. That shit is it's just a coincidence. Yeah. Like, sometimes we'll wear the same hat, the same thing. It's bullshit, man.
That shit is fun. Yo, JJ hasn't declared yet, you guys. He is going to declare. I'm telling you right now, JJ McCarthy will be in the NFL.
That's the reason why I was confused, because I haven't seen there's a lot of people who are putting him in his draft, and I don't necessarily know, because at the end of the day, how much eligibility does JJ have? He got another year. If they don't win the national title this year, I can see JJ McCarthy going back.
Okay.
I can see that happening, even though I don't think they're going to win the national title. They're going to get smashed by Alabama. Alabama's probably going to win it. But
I got Michigan winning the whole thing. And it
hurts
Michigan winning it? I'm a Notre Dame fan. It hurts my soul, but I think Michigan pulls it off. And I would love to see Chuck, man, celebrating, man. Salute to Charles Woodson. I would love to see the GOAT have some fun with that. And my father-in-law is a diehard Michigan fan, so it feels good to see him, get a national championship. Salute to Rudy. Grab all respect, but he doesn't pass the eye test, brother. You can't coach up pocket presence. You two both. Salute to you both. It's all nation, just different opinions. Oh, Rudy, we don't have to.
Rudy, come on, Rudy. You already know you a goated over here, brother.
Yeah, brother. We're not worried about it, man. Hey, look, that's what creates these shows. That's what makes these shows is debates. You know what I mean? So salute to you, bro. Even though you're wrong, you know what I mean? Salute to my dog, Rudy the Vet Russo, my guy, man. Salute to Raider Pace on a $10 donation. What a lot of people haven't talked about is our losses with AP. Went up 14 on KC. Miami barely beat it. Was it 27-20? We lost by 7 to that Miami defense, that Miami offense. And our defense completely dominated the Minnesota Vikings. AP has given us good football, and it's a no-brainer. This is facts. We could have won that Miami game. That was a very winnable game. And that KC game, like you said, up 14, we should have found a way, man, to beat those guys. But, he has coached every game we've been in. Every one. And you are right, sir. He has something that you just can't teach. You just can't teach that.
Yeah, man.
Former player, all like champion, pedigree. The guy is just, and even he said, I love what he said. He said, I hate being called a player coach, right? He just wants to be a guy that he didn't really say it, but it's like, bro, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing.
He's a leader, bro.
Yeah.
Like he knows when to kick them in the teeth and when to build them back up. See,
yeah.
I think a lot of the problem with that quote unquote Patriot way is that you got a bunch of guys who kick you in the teeth all the time and never build you back up. Yeah. You got a bunch of guys that are running around getting jobs off of other people's accomplishments and laurels. And look, I know that, Josh McDaniels was there for every single championship, right? But at the end of the day, the greatness in New England left with number 12.
Yeah.
Let's just be for real.
Yeah.
Because even when Billy O'Brien was off, they did their thing. Even when he was gone, Tom Brady is the alpha and the omega when it comes to that dynasty. And that's it. Yeah. So it's a little annoying how, you have these coaches and you have these little twerps try to punk out these guys who are freaking, supreme athletes, huge, great athletes. You got to show them a certain level of respect, bro. And I feel like that's the one thing that Antonio Pierce comes in with immediately is credibility, because these guys remember when he played. Mm-hmm. They remember that he comes in. He don't even have to say a word. He has credibility that guys like McDaniels will never have. And I think that's worth his weight in gold, bro.
And bro, not even just that. We have a guy that comes in and uses the Raider chant. Anyone that knows us is Raider. Like, bro, every victory, bro, he's in the locker room. He is a real Raider, man. And it just feels good to know that he actually fits the bill as a head coach, but he also fits the bill as a Raider, just a guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything. They can't get any more worse for Mark Davis if he moves on from AP in the offseason. I'm telling you right now, he'll never hear the end of it, ever. Like, we will be in the news daily for all the wrong reasons, you guys.
He will have to sell a team.
Yeah, bro, it may get to that point.
He will have to sell a team, bro. Like, he will be unceremoniously kick all of the goodwill that he gets from guys like me and you who are huge Al Davis supporters, huge Al Davis advocates. We support Al in the grave. We support Al.
Mm-hmm.
He gets that loyalty from me almost strictly because of that.
Yeah. Facts.
Let me tell you something. If you don't hire Antonio Pierce, Mark Davis, we will cut your Dutch boy. Now I was playing. Now I'm stop playing. No. I'm not even going to do that.
No, but bro, the thing is, you still got to go out there and win 2 more games. And if you can figure out a way to somehow, some way, like Raider Greats said, 69% if we went out with a few, things. We talked about this yesterday, Raider Greats. We actually brought up we brought up the New York Times website, and Hammer went over it and did that. Salute to Raider Greats. But if you somehow, some way sneak into the playoff, at that point, I mean, there's nothing to even talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I still think at this point, there's really nothing to talk about unless he just finds a way to completely shit the bed these next 2 weeks. Then there's something to revisit.
It don't even matter. To me, it doesn't matter. Like, unless you have the reverse of what happened to the Chargers, there's nobody else. Like, first of all, Michigan just read up Jim Harbaugh.
Yes.
Jim Harbaugh ain't going.
Well, they didn't. They offered him 2 different contracts. One that states he cannot go to the NFL next year, and there's another one that they have somewhat put together as well. So
it is $125 million.
Yeah.
He's taking it. Give me a break. He's taking it.
I feel like if he wins a national championship, wasted, I feel like this guy's like, there's just one thing left that I haven't done yet. And bro, as a man, a competitive person at that, it's like, I need to go back out there and I need to figure out a way to win a Super Bowl. Like all I'm saying, if you win a national championship, you have nothing else to prove down there in Michigan.
Well, yeah, I get it, but guess what? It's not going to happen. So, listen, let me tell you something, Grab. Look, and I hate Alabama, and I hate Nick Saban, but I will throw up. I'll throw up if Michigan wins the national title. F them. I don't want to see them win. F them.
WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go get you a bottle of that great goat Woodson.
I love the goat. I love the goat. But let me tell you something. I love the goat as a Raider. And listen, when he was at Michigan, he was the man. There's a couple of Michigan players like Tim Batuka and guys like that I enjoyed watching play. Ty Wheat. It's a lot of guys that were there.
You see what he said to me on Twitter a few weeks ago? Charles, was it?
No.
He said, yo, Graf, wait, you a Notre Dame fan, bro? I said, yeah, bro. He was like, wow. That's all he said, bro. He just said, wow. I was like, oh, man, yeah, bro, I'm a Notre Dame guy. Man, salute to Napoleon Kaufman. Stop doing that. Man, my son, he waits for me to go live and he just slams shit. Son.
Which one is that?
Mine.
The
one that acts like me.
Yes.
Look to Napoleon Kaufman. Sub Nation, is Mayor really out for the year? No, we're not throwing that out in the universe, Snap. We're just questioning it because we brought in another tight end. But this could be a situation where we're trying to potentially bring in somebody for Jesper Horsted because he's been on the injury report. But I don't think so because Cole Fotheringham had an okay game for us. So this has to be a Mayor thing. Wait, I don't think this is a Jesper Horsted thing. I think this is a Mayor thing. You know what I mean? But
it probably is, man. You got to realize something. When it comes to a turf toe, it can heal on its own, or sometimes you got to have surgery or something like that. Let's hope that it's not that bad. But when you get those big guys, and that's really a lot of the reason why the bigger, stronger, faster, you start seeing certain injuries because there have never been players that are this big that can move like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's starting to become a common occurrence at this point.
Well, but I'm going to be honest, though, man. If it's that bad, sit him. This is a guy that's going to be an intricate part of our future. Like, we need him healthy. We need him good to go next season. And like we said, those toe injuries linger, man. So keep him off the field. If this is a precautionary thing, just to make sure he doesn't go out there and re-injure it, I'm cool with that. Sit him the next 2 games. And maybe we do find a way to sneak into the playoffs, and maybe we can bring him, activate him. I don't know. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, protect him. He's a young kid, rookie. He has a lot of time left in the NFL. I'm just hoping that those, we talked about those hamstrings, those toe injuries, those things linger and they derail careers, man. So I'm hoping that Michael Mayer is okay. And this is just like a precautionary thing. Bring Zack Gentry in as a backup plan. You know what I mean? But he's on a 53-man roster. He's on the active. We took him off of the Cincinnati practice squad. So this guy is on our roster.
Yeah.
That, to me, signals Mayer may be done for the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Sweet Jazz, thanks for putting in the work for Raider Nation. I'm a big no for Fields. Per Stu, I posted my reason in the comments section for yesterday's stream. Salute to Sweet Jazz, my guy. Appreciate you on the $5 donation. Salute to Sir Lister as well. How many first-round QBs do you have in the 2024 draft? And what realist QB do you want to draft or trade for Fields? I mean, I think, if it's not one of the 1A, 1B guys, right, the Drake May, Caleb Williams, I mean, we're probably looking at Jaden Daniels. We kind of totally got off the whole Michael Penix Jr. train, right? Like we talked about him. Like, I'm gonna be real, he may be available in the second round. And that's a situation where you can kind of revisit it as like that Hendon Hooker type pickup. You know what I mean? Like if he's there in the second and you don't go and get a quarterback in the first, man, you got to get him. But I still have Penix going in the Penix Jr. going in the first
round, bro. When they get to the Underwear Olympics, bro, and they start breaking these guys down, they start breaking out wins, game tape, stuff like that. If his medicals are clear, there's no reason why he shouldn't go in the first round. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro, but
no, you're good.
The thing about it is the one knock on Michael Penix Jr. is just the thing he can't control. It's his past injury history. That's the one knock on Michael Penix Jr. Other than that, he's a clean prospect.
But that's a very huge knock.
I understand that. It's the same thing we said about Tyree Wilson. It's the same thing we said about Jalen Carter. It's a huge knock, but it's a subjective knock. Certain teams are willing to live with certain injuries because they've seen it before, or they have certain history, or they have his medicals and they feel like they can live with it, and they don't want to pass on a player over something that might not ever happen when he's a pro with them.
Yeah. But Lister, I got Caleb, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr. I have Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, all first-round picks, and maybe J.J. McCarthy sneaks into the first round as well. If not, I have him going in the second. So 5 or 6 quarterbacks potentially going in the first round. Salute to Rudy once again. AP gives me Dan Campbell vibes. And look what he did in Detroit. Mark, listen to Wasted. Don't F this up. And this is facts. And guess what happened, Rudy? What happened was they gave Dan Campbell a chance to get that thing right because they struggled. Like they lost a lot of games in that first year or two, right? Then they got Ben Johnson, a guy that is an offensive, guru that has that offense going. They're clicking, and they built that thing the right way on the defensive side of the football. They went out and got the likes of a Cam Sutton in free agency. They drafted a Brian Branch. They went out and got a Jack Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it the right way. And I agree with you, Rudy. Facts. He definitely gives me Dan Campbell vibes, but on steroids. I feel like AP is the perfect guy for us, but Dan Campbell is the perfect guy for them. If that makes any sense.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, he's gritty. He's a Detroit guy. He's a former player, and he's their guy. And this is our guy. This is our guy, man. I haven't felt this confident about a coach in a long time, bro. Like I even remember when I was a little upset when Al Davis fired Mike White because I didn't think Mike White deserved to be fired.
Well, Al fired a lot of people that didn't deserve to be to let go.
Yeah, but it was like, bro, that was the first time I was really old enough to understand when Al was doing things. It's like, bro, why the hell are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like when he fired Mike Shanahan, it was like, oh, we got a new coach because I was young. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When he fired, Art Shell, I was hurt because Art Shell was the first black head coach, and I looked up to Art Shell. I was a little hurt. But when he fired Mike White, I was like, why would you fire Mike? Mike White seems like he's got it going in the right direction. Like, what the hell's going on?
I mean, bro, he traded Gruden after the year they had. I mean, it's just Al did – Al, as much as we love Al and as much as great things he did, he made a lot of mistakes.
I was a little pissed. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. When I heard the way Gruden was carrying on and arguing with Al, I was done with Gruden. Personally, I said, you know what, man? You don't mess with the old man. If the old man – is on your ass, you know what you signed up for, and you know that if it wasn't for the old man, you wouldn't have this roster.
No, I agree, but I disagree because I think that you need somebody to be able to push back. a little bit. I mean, who are you to question Al Davis? But at the end of the day, things were a little different at that time. It was at that point where the game was starting to change. And Al was starting to get a lot older, and that's for another show. We could talk about Al all day, every day. Salute to Trucker, man. Did you guys see the TV rating for the Raiders versus KC game on Christmas? Highest since '89. Better than the late game. Facts, bro. Facts. Hey, look. First of all, we have one of the greatest fan bases in the world in any sport, so we're going to be tuned in all day, every day. And now you have all these newfound fans of the Chiefs. I'm putting
what a joke. What an effing joke. They don't have any real fans, bro. They don't, man. Not a national fan.
Outside of Kansas City.
Yeah, the people in Kansas City have always been Chiefs fans. People in the surrounding area of Missouri, you got a lot of Chiefs fans in Kentucky and stuff like that. But for the most part, if you see a Chief fan walking around California, they're a fraud. F them. If you see a Chief fan walking around New Jersey, I only know two people that are real Chief fans, yo. My big homie Lance.
Yeah.
He's always been a Chief fan, bro. He always a guy I looked up to growing up. He was a big fan of Christian Okoye and Barry Word. He was a big fan of them.
You talk about him.
Yeah, my boy Lance. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another cat I know who's away right now. My man Sajad. He's always been a Chief fan. But other than that, I don't know a real Chief fan.
Bro, the Chiefs are the Warriors now.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. And this is no knock to the real Warrior fans that's from the crib that stuck with them through all the bad, years and bad seasons. But I'm just saying the Chiefs are the new Warriors. You know what I'm saying? That look, people flock to winners. And it is what it is. But I'm not shocked by those ratings because we have a great fan base, and it was Christmas Day. Everybody's at home. Everyone's TVs is on. You know what I mean? It makes all the sense in the world. But salute to our fan base. Salute to 4K. Happy holidays, Nation. Raider Nation for life. Salute to our dog, Kenny Crum. As always, appreciate you, brother. One of the greatest default pictures on YouTube, man. I love that Pac picture, man. Salute to UA. Attributes that make up a good quarterback. 1, can throw a football. If not, anything else matters. 2, can you read the defense? 3, pocket presence. 4, accuracy. 5, leader. Can AOC check all these boxes? And that's still a huge question mark. UA, it's a huge question mark. But I'll tell you right now, I think he's done an okay job with the circumstances that's been around him this season. You know what I'm saying? For him to be 4-4 right now as a starting quarterback of the NFL, as a 4th round guy coming in and with everything that's going on around him, I have to give Aidan his flowers, man. You know what I mean? But there are still major question marks. And at this point, he's not our future quarterback. But he can fight for it. You never know. He may take that next leap in year 2 and be that guy. He may take training camp by storm. We don't know. We've seen this thing happen year in and year out in the NFL. I'm just waiting to see how it pans out. Salute to UA, but I don't know if he fits every single thing that you put out there. Well, I can say right now he doesn't. But a year or 2 down the line, maybe.
Bro, real quick, I'll be the derail the show. Yo, shout out to Josh DeBow, man.
Oh,
He is a devout DC hater. He feels that from his soul, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he is a dedicated hate. I mess with Josh DeBow. I really do, bro.
Yeah. And real quick,
that Joker broached something really, really. You gonna read it?
Oh, are you talking about something with DC? Because I already had this ready for it earlier, but no. Go ahead, read that one.
Yo, Josh DeBow said, "I wonder if Russell Wilson being benched is going to pack up and go home." He said he wonders if Russell Wilson is going to pack up and go home, or is he going to show up at the next 2 games as the backup?
I think that Russell cares way too much about what people think of him, and I think he'll be there to be the guy.
Yeah, but he did that as a shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
I love it.
He is a devout DC hater. I respect his gangster.
He also put up something today. Raiders defensive ranks since Antonio Pierce took over as a head coach. Points per game allowed, 15.3, first in the NFL. Defensive TDs, 4, first in the NFL. Takeaways a game, 1.9, tied for 6th in the NFL. Yards carry allowed, 3.93, 10th in the NFL. Yards per play allowed, 4.99, 11th in the NFL. Passer rating allowed, 87, 16th in the NFL. Antonio Pierce and Patrick Graham have literally brought a whole new meaning to a Raiders defense. Like, we've struggled for a long time, and to see that, man, That's big. These guys truly believe in Graham. They believe in Rob Ryan. They believe in AP. I love what he's done. So salute to Josh DeBow for that as well. But yes, he is a devoted Carr hater for sure. Salute to Jose, man. Good morning / afternoon Graph and Wasted. I did a 7-round mock draft right now. In the first 3 rounds, I got Kool-Aid, McKinstry, Penix, and Rook. That's my guy, the Clemson, the defensive tackle.
Oreo.
Yeah, I think Penix goes in the 2nd round, though. The more I like Jose, I like Rook a lot out of Clemson, but he's still very much raw. He's still kind of new to the football world. I hope that it translates to the next level. He did have a pretty good year with Clemson. I think he had like 5-6 sacks this season. I think he will be like a late 2nd, maybe 3rd round pick. But I actually did one today too. That's funny, man. That you actually put that up there. I did 2 different mock drafts. One was on PFF. I got Newton in the 1st. I got J.J. McCarthy in the 2nd. I got Blake Corum, running back out of Michigan, in the 3rd. And then I did another one where I actually got Michael Penix Jr. in the 2nd. Let me see if this is on.
Bro, you know what? You've just convinced me. We got to do a mock draft before the show's over.
Okay, let's do it.
You've just convinced me. I was trying not to do it because we're still in the throes of a playoff hunt, man. But I think it's only right.
Just have some fun. I mean, we're at 13 right now in the draft, but let's talk about it. Salute to Raider Felon once again. Trade for Fields, keep Aidan, and draft a quarterback 1st or 2nd. Let them battle it out. Can't lose. Look, Felon, I'm all for it. Everybody knows me. If it's only a 3rd round pick or like a 3rd and like a next 2025 3rd, I'm doing it. Go give me Justin Fields all day, every day. I don't give a shit what anybody says, because that means you can continue to build that defense through the draft. Like people tend to forget that we're going to have to pay Nate Hobbs here shortly. Devon Diablo's contract is going to be up here in another season. Malcolm Kuntz has 1 more year left on his deal. We're going to have to pay some of these guys here soon. And you got to draft.
Yeah, you have to draft to backfill some of these positional needs. You can't go out and throw money at every position of need, because that's the reason why the National Football League has the most parity. That's the reason why we got a chance to make the playoffs. You know, way back in WW9, back in the wasted time, right, when there was no free agency. Because I harken back to a time when there was no free agency. Right? 1992 was the first year of free agency. And that was the Reggie White, Deion Sanders year. You know, everybody's moving around, right?
Yep.
Look, man, you used to be able to build a dynasty and keep it going. Keep it going forevermore. You look at the old Steelers dynasty, people talk about how they won. It's more impressive to win today because it's harder to keep, your guys. When you win, look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at what they're going through right now. They had to pay Patrick Mahomes, and now you have no more Tyreek Hill. You're losing guys. Chris Jones is probably going to be gone. And to me, not to derail the show, but Chris Jones to me is free agent number 1 for the
league. Yes, clear.
Circle that right there. Shine it up real nice and stick it straight up in your asses.
Yeah, it makes your team that much better, and it absolutely destroys your number 1 rival in your division. So I totally agree with you. But yeah, bro, like we have to sit there for a second and look at it. Nate Hobbs is going to be coming up. And then after their contracts are gone, then as soon you got to look at Tyree again in another year or 2, right? Like, so it just, and then Jack Jones, you have to continue to build that defense through the draft. If you watch all those Pete Carroll teams that there was 2 Super Bowls, that's what they did. Defense, fill in the blanks on the offense. You got to continue to build like that. Salute to James, man. GOATs. I've been on a high since Sunday. Extremely proud of this team. Salute to James.
We all have, bro. We all.
Man. Bro, we are like, I haven't been this excited to talk Raiders football in a long time, man. It's today we were like, we're going to chill. We talked on the phone. We're like, let's not do nothing. Maybe we'll drop like a couple little shorts or something. And then we're like, man, let's talk some football, bro. Like, there's no we're still on a high with you, James.
Bro, like, you know what winds up happening? We get to talking to each other for like an hour, and it's like, bro, I like, well, just hit the live button and do the same thing we'll be doing. Yeah. Y'all don't realize how much we love this shit. We talk to each other even when I'm at work. I'll have my ear pods in, talking crap. We be talking about football. That's all we do is talk ball, man.
Yep,
that's all we do, man.
And I always say, damn, bro, we wasted a whole 2-hour-long conversation right now. We could have been on a live talking about it. Salute the great. Damn, I didn't know that. I forgot I did know. I forgot He fired Mike White on Xmas Eve, Christmas Eve.
Yeah, man. It was nasty work, bro.
Nasty Al work, bro. Salute to Rube. Who are OCs who could be on the move from coaches getting fired or just coaches wanting a better opportunity? If I was an OC, I'd want to use the Raiders' talented offense and upward team momentum to boost my head coaching opportunities. And we, you know what's funny, Rube? We kind of broached the subject, but we kind of been trying to stay away from it because it's like we still don't know. We don't know any of these guys are on the move. You know, Wasted keeps bringing up Frank Reich, a guy that we can look at, you know, as a OC because he just lost the head coach position over there in Carolina. We know now Ben Johnson's asking for an astronomical amount of money. He's going to be a head coach. So I don't really know. I really do not know until the offseason pops up.
Guys like Pep Hamilton and, you know, some of the rank and file names all around the league. But see, the thing that
Pep's name is floated around for many years now, a few years now.
And my issue with that, you got some people that are floating Ken Dorsey's name around, which I don't want Ken Dorsey. You know, I'm cool on that. Some people are talking about Cliff Kingsbury. You know, Cliff Kingsbury got his money as a head coach. He got his bite at the apple. Yeah. He went back to college. I think he's with USC now, right? Where's it? USC?
Yes.
So Cliff Kingsbury might want to get back in the league. There's a couple of names that are floating around. None of them excite me, except Frank Reich.
A guy that's proven, and he was dealt a bad hand out there in Carolina. Like you said, one of the worst owners in the NFL. Went and got their guy, Bryce, with no O-line and no weapons on the outside.
Yeah, and people talk about Greg Roman, and Greg Roman is a
hell no.
Greg Roman is from another era of football. I'm cool on Greg Roman. Greg Roman is from another era of football. Do you know what Greg Roman would be good with? Is he'd actually be good with a Justin Fields type quarterback. He is a good offensive coordinator for a running quarterback.
At all, bro.
But I'm cool. And people talk about Frank Smith, but Frank Smith is under contract with the Miami Dolphins. It's not like his contract is up. A lot of people are broaching the Frank Smith caveat because they're saying, hey, man.
David Shaw also.
Yeah, David Shaw. You talk about McDaniels over there, Mike McDaniels, and he's the straw that stirs the drink on the offense. He calls all the plays, and maybe Frank Smith might want a chance to be the chief play caller and come to the Raiders. But at the end of the day, we don't really know how good Frank Smith is. We really don't, man. So
pressure right now, guys. Pressure's on.
That's right. We got to rock out with that. But for me, I'm cool, man. I'm cool on Shaw. I'm cool on Cliff Kingsbury. Like, if it's not Frank Reich, I want the Raiders to go out there and pick somebody that works well.
It was a great win for us last week, but I think if you just go based off results week to week, the NFL is so up and down. So I think we tried to stay pretty even keel as much as possible, and not really based on the results week to week, but rather how we're preparing, how we're performing, all those things.
You watched the video of your performance on Monday. What are your takeaways from it?
Yeah, obviously didn't have my best game, and we didn't do much offensively in the pass game. And I think, like I said, after the game, I missed some opportunities that were there. And so, I think it's week to week. You got to try to improve as much as possible, and try to execute when Sunday or whatever the game comes around.
How much emphasis have you guys been taking on taking care of the football? It's been 3 out of the last 4 games where there's no interceptions, taking care of the balls. How important is that for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think just being able to give our defense a chance for the most part is huge for us. Our defense is playing super well. And so for us to, obviously we want to score as many points as possible. We want to, play how we played against the Chargers, but sometimes it's a team sport. So there's ups and downs on both sides of the ball, and our defense has done an awesome job keeping us in a lot of games. And so, yeah, like you said, to not turn the ball over, I think is huge confidence for our offense going forward and our whole team.
Rudy Stupid.
Coach Pierce kind of compared your poker face to when he played with Eli Manning. And, how were you able to kind of stay mentally tough without completing a pass for a couple quarters there and just hold all the way through?
Like I said, I think it's because it's a team game. I'm really happy I don't play an individual sport. I don't know. I wouldn't do very well. And so to have guys to rely on, I think is a beautiful part of the sport we play. I think, if a team can win different games, obviously we want to win every game by a lot of points. But, there's been times this year where, all 3 phases have had to step up. And so, I think, just the confidence that the guys around me give me, I think is huge. I think, there's a sense that they understand how hard it is and what it takes to move the ball down the field as an entire offense. And so as we're maybe, stalling in a game like that, I think the guys stay confident. We understand that it's not just about, the last possession. You have to look at the big picture and try to execute as much as possible. So I think there's a lot of factors that go into it.
He's very mature.
For the most part, though, I've
Aidan O'Connell's very mature.
Great players around me that really help me try to be the best player I can be.
So Aidan, to that point, with the defense playing the way that they're playing, does that take some of the load off of your shoulders in terms of not necessarily having to do too much?
I think, again, we try to execute as best possible. I think, we don't go into a game thinking, our defense is going to bail us out here or there. Obviously they have, and they've done an awesome job.
Load off his shoulders.
We're confident they're going to do that, obviously, because they've showed it. But we want to perform as best we can. I think individually and collectively as different units on the offense, and then as a whole group, I think we want to challenge ourselves to score as many points as possible, but also be as efficient as possible. Make good decisions with everything we do. And so, it's like I keep saying, it's a team sport. So you got to rely on each other sometimes. And that's what we've been doing.
Salute to Ivan.
A unique first season in the NFL. What is the biggest thing you've learned so far?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think definitely how long the season is. I'll give you two. How long the season is one thing. It's been a lot of football played so far, and we still got more to play. And I think the other thing is how up and down everything is. I think week to week there's so much that goes into each game that requires to go out there and perform well. And so I think you have to work as hard as possible each day, each week, to give yourself a chance when the game comes around.
Have you thought at all about, kind of the juxtaposition of you with this franchise? This franchise has been known as the bad boys of the NFL, and you're this quiet, middle America, humble guy, starting, leading the charge at quarterback. Think about that at all?
I think I have, a little bit to my personality, maybe sometimes that people don't know about that can come out in different times, but I'm just trying to have as much fun as possible. I get to play quarterback in the NFL, and I'm in a really cool spot in a really great organization. So haven't thought too much about that, but it's I'm really just trying to have as much fun as possible, and it's been fun.
Are there any characteristics like you feel you have or you need to possess to make the rest of the team play hard for you, especially when you're not having your best game?
Yeah, I think a lot comes from preparation. I think I try to be somebody who the guys look to as someone that works really hard. I try to do extra as much as possible, not so they can see me, but just because I know I need to. And I want to be, whenever the game comes around and when it's 3rd and 8 or whatever it is, I want to be confident that I put in all the work needed to be ready for that moment. And it takes a lot of work in the NFL, especially playing quarterback, and that's something I've had to learn. And so I think again, I've been lucky enough to have trust and confidence from a lot of guys, to me, both verbally and how they act towards me. And so it puts me in a position where I can have great confidence when I go on the field.
Definitely, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, thank you.
Aidan O'Connell, man. Look, the maturity. I mean, he looks like Sergeant Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he definitely. What was the young Dudley boy? The brother.
So it was Spike Dudley.
Spike, he kind of like a Spike Dudley, but like
it looked like Sergeant Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop and Spike Dudley had a baby.
Yeah.
Like a little bit. It's a little bit of a hybrid Chicago mashup.
There you go.
Spike Dudley, man.
Spike Dudley.
Shout out rock on to him, man.
Facts.
Yo, did you mean President Ford? Remember Eddie Murphy was saying it was President Ford.
I think we got Devonte Adams coming up to you guys. Salute to 1970. That was beautiful, though, watching Jimmy G. He's been hyped on the sideline, man. He is a perfect teammate, a guy that's never complained about anything. Job got took. He's helped Aidan, took him under his wing, and he's always on the sideline celebrating with his guys. You got to give Jimmy G his flowers, man. He's definitely a great teammate.
He's a great cheerleader. He's a great cheerleader.
Better cheerleader than the quarterback. Salute to Jose. Graf, say there is a scenario where we get Fields. We get to have our pick, and it's Kool-Aid and Nate Wiggins are available. I'm taking Kool-Aid. And I like Nate Wiggins, but I think Kool-Aid. And the thing that if you watch his tape a lot, Wasted, Kool-Aid it's not like it's not the funnest game to watch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's a solid.
Technical. He's technical. He's like
bro. He reminds me of Darrelle Revis. He reminds me of Darrelle Revis a lot, bro.
I like that.
He reminds me of Darrelle Revis. He's not that flashy, Sauce Gardner, Deion Sanders kind of guy. He's that kind of corner where he's not letting you get an inch. He's not letting you get an inch. He's bro, that's not pause worthy. Oh, you reach it, bro. Stop it, plastic man. Relax, yo.
Ready for life. Happy holidays, guys. Blessings to you in 2024. My God, man, we appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. Yeah, Wasted. You gotta relax, buddy.
Yo, man, this guy, bro. Look, bro, listen. You got to stop being Mr. Fantastic. You are reaching for the pauses, bro. You reaching. You got to cut it out, bro. You killing it.
Salute to Elite. Salute to Primo. Salute to David Zahn in the building. My boy Scott Tucker. Here we go. We got Tay in the building.
Tay with the fly Jordan drip.
All right, questions?
I'll put the super up in a second.
Everybody could rely on everybody. Offense, defense, offense. Everybody's picked each other up at various points. How good a feeling is that for a team? Knowing that everybody's got each other back.
It's a great feeling. I mean, it's definitely the intention of the team. Pretty selfless team. A lot of great players, obviously, and I think we're starting to learn how to play together. All units together. We just gotta still just figure out a way to play better on offense. Our defense is playing really well right now, carrying the team, and our special teams has been lights out this year. So we just got to find a way to be more consistent, just so we can, we don't end up being that weak link of the squad. Especially with the talent that we have. So just finding a way to be more consistent.
Devonte, there were times you guys got wins earlier in the year, and you had better numbers in those wins than you had in this win, and you still weren't really satisfied with how the team, played. Why are you so much happier now with a win like against the Chiefs than you were earlier in the year?
It's the Chiefs. I mean, that changes a lot. It's a big game for us, big time of the year, and then these are the ones where sometimes you just gotta get gritty and just find a way to get the dub, and you can correct things, but early in the season you're trying to establish an identity, and you obviously don't want to settle for a win like the one versus the Packers or the Patriots. That's not our standard of football, and I don't think collectively that even this wasn't our best ball, but it was definitely our best win of the year. So sometimes you just gotta swallow your pride and find a way to still be excited and joyful. Even though you didn't really maximize everything you could have done, but still was definitely a good feeling.
Being able to beat the defending champs, does that just show you guys like, hey, any given Sunday, you guys can go and get that result and potentially win out?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that all year. It don't really matter who we are playing. This team in particular, it kind of just depends on who we go out as, that day. That's how football is in the NFL. It's not about how good you are. It's about how good you play. So, you can be the best team in the world, which is, they have been for quite a bit of time now, but they weren't on Monday. So that's how it works.
You give yourself a little time to look at what the various scenarios are. And you guys have played your way into a position where, there's things out there to play for now.
I mean, you hear about it, but I don't really get too focused on that. If it, especially when it's a situation where, we most likely have to win all the games. You can't get too focused on all that other stuff because, if you start worrying about what other people are doing, if you win a game and it's the last game of the year, and then you want to watch and see, if a team beats a team to help you out, that's one thing. But I think just being focused in the moment is what got us to win, our last two. So we just got to stick to that formula.
People talk periphery stuff, victory cigars, all that stuff, but preparation-wise, what difference has Antonio made football-wise, just a day-to-day basis football-wise?
I mean, everything we do, we do it with a purpose, and it's you can tell him being a former player, he's not really into all the extra stuff just to do it. It's all very intentional, everything that we do, and the mindset that he brings. Having a certain coach sometimes can just allow certain players to, realize their full potential and continue to go and be who they're supposed to be. And I think you can see it with our defense, the way they're running around now. We got a lot of guys that have made some plays this year, but when you watch the way that those guys were competing to get after the ball carrier in that game, it's just definitely different than it was before. So, having him leading those guys out there and, sharing a few words, stories, whatever, it's clearly paid off.
He talks about being a Raider, embodying that Raider spirit, talking your talk, all that. But you also look at the fact that you guys are the least penalized team in the NFL. It just feels like there's an understanding amongst players. Yeah, freedom still comes with some responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not just being free and being crazy out there, but doing it responsibly.
Yeah.
Do you feel like he's tapped into that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just preached it. You know, he's preached for guys to play fast, play, you know, with their hair on fire and you know, playing instinctually and rather than playing scared. I don't really see anybody moving around timid out there like how it was before. So, you know, that makes a huge difference in the way you're allowed to execute and you do things. And typically, if you're in control and you're playing as fast as you can, it's going to be to your advantage, and you're not going to end up playing with penalties and holding and a lot of the things that we struggled with last year or earlier on in the season. So just the way you talk to your guys is a useful tool, and he's done a good job with that.
There was a lot of talk in the media about how well the team performs on Christmas Day will have a lot to do with Antonio keeping the job going forward. How much did that play a factor in your head, you know, with giving that extra effort, and how much do you think it played in the team's head to go out there and play for him?
Yeah, well, I think it's just more about I don't know if the team's like, oh, let's go and ball out for AP to get the job. You know, that's not really the thought process of the guys, but it's more about playing as hard as you can for the man himself, and then, you know, those things kind of work themselves out. So it definitely gave him a better shot, and I'm definitely rooting for him. I mean, I love the guy, I love what he's brought, his mentality, his you know, his passion for the game is undeniable. You can see it every single day. His evolution as far as even speaking to the team and just the head coachness of the deal is something that you kind of got to learn and kind of come into your own. Same as being a captain on a team or, you know, a leader on a football team. You gotta learn the way to lead men, and he's done a great job of that. And he's been ever since he spoke to us when we had our little deal before Josh left. You know, he left a lasting impression on everybody, definitely me, and I think we connected from that.
Monte, take us inside the huddle as one of the leaders of this team. How do you handle when the team or the offense isn't moving the way it's supposed to? Do you say something? Do you not say something? Does it differ from game to game? How does that work for you?
Yeah, it's not the same every time. You know, you kind of depends on what it is. You got to read the room too, see where everybody is mentally. Sometimes it's, you know, you can see it in guys' eyes that it's a little, you know, a lot going on in their head, and those are the times where you usually speak up. But everybody's out there trying to do the right thing, so it's not like you're in a huddle barking or anything like that. It's more sidelines is when you do that type of stuff. You know, timeouts will sometimes speak to each other, but for the most part, everybody's locked in and, you know, confident in the huddle. So it's not too much that needs to go on in there. But obviously, you look at the production of the offense and you think that, you know, we need to say something, but that's not really the time. You don't really have too much time anyway. You got to get the call in and get to the line. So, like I said, when we get to the sideline, that's something that we try to do and make sure we, you know, figure out whatever we need to figure out, whether it's calls or, you know, getting somebody's mind right or whatever it is.
Is there something about Aidan's demeanor, you know, humble or tough, that maybe the team would get more, you know, irritated with another quarterback not being able to complete a pass for a few quarters, but with him, his temperament, is it something that stops that from happening? Or
no, I mean, look, this is a very tough game. This was a weird game in itself, and it's something that, I mean, what is it going to do? The best quarterback or you know, most experienced or most inexperienced, it's not going to help getting out there and putting extra pressure and showing frustration or coming down on somebody. So regardless of what his temperament is like or his personality, that has nothing to do with it. We just doing what's best for any quarterback and trying to be the best teammates that we can to, you know, help a young, inexperienced guy who's trying to, you know, playing against one of the best quarterbacks, you know, the game has seen. It's not going to be an easy matchup. So we try to do the best job we can of, you know, keeping his mind right and making sure he stays confident even when it's, you know, tough times like that. And, you know, he didn't draw it up the way that it ended up, but, you know, we got the dub. So it's something that we can learn from and move on.
You guys have a pretty young secondary, but how have you seen them grow from some of the guys on the team last year to training camp this year all the way to being able to do what they did against Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a bunch of dogs out there. And when you got some dogs, whether you're young, old, or in between, it kind of doesn't matter. You know, you got to just turn it on. And as long as you're confident out there flying around and playing that position, I mean, other than quarterback, it's probably the most difficult position to play out there. So Proud of those guys in the way they've been flying around and tackling, catching the ball, and scoring touchdowns, helping us out too. So we all work this thing together.
Thanks, Tay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Salute to Tay. One thing that we haven't talked about, I think I told you behind closed doors, but I got
not behind closed doors. Pause. Relax.
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 Behind closed doors, behind the scenes.
Relax.
Shit, okay.
Relax.
Well, bro, you could be behind a closed door in the house, bro.
Whoa,
not to be in the bedroom.
Easy.
Not to be like nasty work out here.
Easy.
But the thing is this. I've been told, from someone inside those headquarters, right, that AP brings these. Oh, shit. That AP brings these guys together, and they all have an opportunity week in and week out to actually. It's not just regular meetings. They're like, "How do you feel about this person?" Whoa. You know what I mean? Like they actually get an opportunity to go at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like this is why I think you could have did better. This AP is building that culture where they're comfortable enough to scream at each other and go out there and fight for each other.
Yeah,
that's you need to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Accountability, man.
Everybody was so quiet. Didn't really when we won. Everybody was just, oh yeah, we won one. Oh, we snuck one out. Like you can see the difference. These guys are fighting for each other because they have an opportunity behind closed doors at their headquarters to say, bro, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. They basically have an opportunity to yell at each other and scream. I mean, bro, I don't think y'all understand how many times me and Wasted, have you should have did this. Yo, you should have did this. And not even just on some sports shit in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real friends hold each other accountable. Friends hold each other accountable. See, the problem is that everybody wants a show, right? So people want to see these guys on the sideline yelling at each other. They want to see the bullshit in the media. You got to foster a relationship with a team where things get really done and really addressed properly. You know what I'm saying? You will never see, and just this even with us, right? We're not the Raiders, but we have a team. You will never see us funking with each other on air. Ever.
No.
You'll never see that. We'll call each other or we'll sit down when we meet up in the city and we'll have dinner and we'll hash it out then. You'll never see that because that ain't solid. And that's what I love about this team. They say teams take on the personality of their coach. And that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. They're taking on the personality of a real Raider who's a real man, that's a real leader, and I love it. I love 100% of that, man.
You would be surprised, to hear some of the stuff that the stars are saying to each other, but then they go out there and they fight for each other. It's just a beautiful thing. AP has definitely set the tone for this organization moving forward. Salute to Silverback. The more I look at our needs and draft prospects, the more I like Fields for a third and a 25 conditional fourth. Get young and develop trenches with a mobile quarterback and deep wide receiver class. Devontae's cap hit is crazy after 2025. This is facts.
Yes,
and at that point,
Silverback,
too, and Silverback, he's what, 33 years old at that point?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, 32, 33 years old, that gets a little spooky. Salute to Silverback. Salute to Larry. If AP is here, I bet my life savings we trade up to grab Jaden Daniels. And that's another thing that we talked about yesterday. Larry we don't know what that relationship was. You guys have to remember that he left Arizona State and went to LSU. And I don't know if you guys seen that video, but
when
his
team packing his stuff up, they
were helping him pack his shit. Yeah. And I don't know if that was just
be high on Jaden Daniels, bro.
Yeah.
He might not. Grab. I got to give you your flowers. Grab said this. Yo, listen, just because he was there might be the negative side of the coin. He might be like, oh, I don't want him anywhere near my organization because he knows the kid. Yeah. And he wasn't there with him long any damn way.
Yeah. And the funny thing is Jaden could be saying thank you to AP because Jaden Daniels got an opportunity to go to LSU and win a Heisman Trophy. So it worked out for both parties. AP's with the Raiders now. Jaden's a Heisman guy, going to be a first-round pick. I just don't know what that relationship is. So I don't want to jump the gun yet and say he's going to go get Jaden Daniels because he has a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if that's true. They may not even like his game.
Bro, I was just thinking something, man. Who's going to tell Andre James that Chris Jones left a sandwich on his back?
We are. Hey, Andre James, Chris Jones left a sandwich on your back.
Yo, listen, it might be a ham and cheese. Get it off your back, bro. Play a little better next week. Because you know who's coming. Pause. DeForest Buckner.
There you go. Facts. And easy, you could be right. Maybe he left because AP left. I don't know. I just don't know what that relationship entails. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Salute to Castro. Todd Monken from Baltimore or Dave Canales from Tampa Bay as OC candidates. I got to do a little bit more homework on these guys. But I'll tell you one thing right now, Castro. Tampa Bay's offense is flying with Baker Mayfield. They're doing their thing. Like, Baker is having a resurgent year, and they're cooking out there in Baltimore without one of their major weapons. Mark Andrews out for the season. But they finally have a real wide receiving core. You know what I mean? They got Odell out there. I mean, they got a slew of weapons out there on the perimeter. They got Zay Flowers, who's going to be a superstar, a rookie kid out of Boston College. So, I mean, hey, Castro, those are two names that we can definitely take a look. I got to do my homework, though. I got to really dive deep. And that's what's going to happen in the offseason, Castro. We're going to take a look at a lot of these guys offenses statistically and help see what they've done. Salute to Castro. Salute to Blazed. Also, if available, Newton or Kool-Aid at pick 13. I'm taking Newton. Also, are you taking a flyer on Jordan Davis or Jordan Travis if we get Fields in the 3rd or 4th round? I'm not against that. I love Jordan Travis. I love Travis's game. But let me say this, Blaze. Newton, because now Jack Jones is here. If we didn't get Jack Jones, I'm probably looking at Kool-Aid because the AFC West, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, you need some corners out there. But now with Jack Jones looking like he could potentially be our corner one, with Nate Hobbs still under contract, with hopefully Jacorian Bennett taking the next leap in his development next year, I don't think that Kool-Aid is a must. I don't think he's a must. Bro, if Newton's gone, I'll take Kool-Aid.
Bro, I just think defensive tackles, man, are such a rare commodity, like really effective defensive tackles. And that's really what we really need. Like, because if your defensive line is effective, then that means your secondary will be that much more effective. Yeah. You gotta build the team from the inside out. Start up front, do it the traditional way. You know what I mean? Sometimes, man, you go out here, you go get these corners, and they don't work out. And we've seen that happen so many times here. We've swung big on corners in the last 10 years a lot. From rest in peace to DJ Hayden.
Yes.
Yo, I mean, we can go to your boy Shotgun, Damon Arnett. Our boy. You know what I'm saying? That came on the show. Garyon Connolly. There's been a lot of draft capital that's been invested on corners that have not quite worked out for us. And I think a lot of that was because up front we were weak.
Yeah, facts. And real quick, Blaze, I don't have a problem looking at Jordan Travis later on. He did take that devastating injury out there. You know what I mean? So I don't – but I'm going to be real. If you get Justin Fields and you still have Aidan O'Connell under contract, which you will, I don't think there's really any reason to take another flyer on another quarterback in the later rounds. I don't. Like, I'm running with Aidan. I'm running with Justin Fields. Two guys that have won at the NFL level. Salute to Blaze. Salute to our brother Hammer. What's good, bro?
What's going on? Just finished doing the presser. I was on for like 20 minutes. I was like, fuck it. My boys are rocking. Let me just pull on up with them for a little bit.
Salute, man. Salute to Cheese, man. I don't have that Jeff Saturday chip on my shoulder. I got that Gardner Minshew chip from the last game in Oakland. Yes, the Jacksonville Jaguars game. I was out there. I hope Sunday looks like Blazing Saddles when Mongo punched the horse. Raiders! Salute to Cheese, man. With a haymaker, bro. He said Mongo punched the horse. Salute to Black Sunday. Tay's energy is off. I think he's a little upset because he didn't get his touches, diva activity. Let me say this.
Come on, put that on him, man.
I don't want to say that Black Sunday. I did feel as though, he was a little off. But, I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Black Sunday, I mean, we're, 7-8? 7-8. We're fighting for a playoff spot. I think if we have 2 or 3 more wins at this point, I think there's a lot more excitement there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to beat up Devonte expected this team to be a lot better than what it is. And I don't want to get on him. I did see his body language. Maybe he's tired. Shit, the holidays, bro. We're all whooped. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to throw that on him right now with the whole diva activity. He did seem a little off, but we could be off.
He's not happy with the production of this offense, and he just made that clear in the press conference a couple of minutes ago. He's not happy with the offense, and anybody that is on that team right now, anybody that plays offense for that team wouldn't be happy either. So I get his frustrations. It's not a me type of guy. He said it in a presser a couple of weeks ago. Like, if this team were putting up 50 points, people were getting involved, he'd be good. If two people were getting involved, they put up 50 points and they won, he'd be fine with that. But the production's not there right now, man. And that's why he's not happy. It has nothing else to do, nothing more, nothing less. It's just the production of the offense he's not happy about right now, especially knowing all the talent that they have around them on that offense right now.
And who would be? They didn't score a point. Our quarterback had 60 yards in the air. Like, I mean, Devonte had 4 yards. Like, I mean, who would be happy? I mean, don't get me wrong. You could tell we got the win. That's all that matters. And he kept saying the biggest win of this season, bro. So he understands, he understands what's going on. But at the end of the day, yes, I mean, he's pissed. I mean, shit, bro.
But in all seriousness, I've seen almost every version of what it is to be a diva in the National Football League at wide receiver. I saw all of T.O.'s career. I saw all of Randy Moss's career. I saw all Antonio Brown's career.
Yeah. Michael Irvin,
Keyshawn Johnson,
Michael Irvin,
all these guys, man. And to be real with you, I don't really consider Irv a diva. Irv was just crazy as hell. I don't consider Irv a diva because Irv never really had another guy on that offense that got the ball thrown to him more than him. He was always the A1 guy that was never anyone who challenged him.
Let me just say this. I live in the Dallas area, so I've heard a lot more stories about Michael Irvin than others. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know if they're true or not. Let me just say that. But you're right. Irv was always
off the field. Irv was a wild man off the field. Irv did things like
playing with his nose.
Teammates. Yeah, playing with his nose, all kinds of stuff. So I'm talking about being a diva, showing up to camp late and shit. But nobody outworked Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin challenged teammates. He was a leader. It wasn't the same as guys, give me the ball. Because if Irv was like that, Emmett was the one who got the ball more than anybody. And Irv never complained about that, right? So I don't want to put that on Irv, and I don't want to put that on Davante Adams. I think Davante Adams is personifying what we talk about, and it's not just a mantra. Some people live by that, and I do too. Commitment to excellence. Nobody wants to be mediocre here, bro. He wants this thing to be excellent. He knows that they're at the precipice of actually being a great football team. Yo, one play here or there. Do you guys realize how close we are for Antonio Pierce being an undefeated coach? Yeah. Like that Miami game, we could have won that game, bro. That Minnesota game, come on, man. 3. Come on. Yo, so that's
we're a Hunter Renfrow non-fumble away from winning that game.
Bro, so if you look at it, when you talk about Davante Adams, he's looking at it like, yo, we need to get our shit together on the offense because if we do, we can beat anybody.
Unstoppable. Bro, if that offense can live up even close to the expectations that they had and all that money that we put towards that side of the football, bro, we're probably a number 1 seed of the AFC. I'm saying with this defense, if that offense can just click at some point, we are looking at a top 2, top 3 team in the AFC as a whole.
And when you somebody said this in the chat, bro. And this is one thing we got to say. Shout out to Roy in the chat. Said, yo, we bitch more about Davante's touches than he do. You know what I'm saying? Like we really
well. Let me say this, Roy. We don't know that. That's all I'm gonna say.
As long as we don't know that's perfect.
Yeah, but wide
receiver, you would know it. Yeah. You would know it. Keyshawn Johnson wrote a book called "Throw Me the Damn Ball." Come on, bro.
Christ.
He called his teammate. He said he was the sun and his teammate was the flashlight. Yeah. Come on, dog. That's being a diva.
I'm just saying we don't, but salute the Raider man. Salute 5 coaches that are real Raiders. Al, Madden, Flores, Shell, and now AP.
Ooh.
He will make the pick for the OC job, Raider Nation for life. And I have a feeling that he already has someone in mind. And
who do you think it is?
I don't know yet, but there's a lot of rumbling. There's a reason why he brought in Gase and brought in Marvin and brought all these guys around him. Like he's picking their brains and he's putting together something behind the scenes right now. I'm telling you right now.
Somebody from that family tree. He's going to get somebody from the Herman Edwards, Marvin Lewis family tree. This is all the same. Really, it's essentially the Tony Dungy family tree. Yeah. All of these guys are essentially Tony Dungy guys. They're disciples. When you see most of the
I didn't say that, Mando. Go ahead, my bad, brother. Go ahead.
But most of the black coaches in the National Football League really come from Dennis Green and Tony Dungy. Because, Tony Dungy came from Dennis Green, and then it all goes down like that. Marvin Lewis and Herman Edwards and Hugh Jackson, and all of these guys, right?
Mhm.
So I think that you're going to get somebody that was farmed out of that tree. Now, who that is, it might be somebody who was with the Bengals.
Yeah.
It might be somebody who was with the Bengals. It might be somebody who was at Arizona State. It could be Coach Bo, which I doubt. But, look, man, what we need to do is we need to really focus on whether he's going to be the coach at all. Whether Mark Davis has, because he said that he wanted to go into this with no bias, right? And I was glad that he was going to take that approach. But the proof is in the pudding, man. I've always asked for people in the Raider Nation to let people earn their kind of accolades from our fan base. We give people accolades they don't deserve, bro. Like we talked about this months ago. How I remember we give people nicknames. Like we used to give Larry Asante Venom and all this bullshit.
We overvalue a lot of people.
Overvalue guys. Like how guys look at you like you got two heads if you say that we should move on from Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
Where they don't look at what's actually happening. They look at the fact that they love this guy. Yo, AP earned this job. Give him the goddamn job. Sit.
Yep. Talk that shit. Salute to Quad. Clinch fist, soldiers. Did y'all catch Jones mic'd up on the sidelines? Never seen that type of vibe before. Definitely moving like a fist. Jones, what we talking about? Oh, Jack Jones. Yes, I did hear that, Quad. Yes. Bro, Jack is a Raider, bro. He literally embodies what AP embodies. Like you can tell he helped raise that kid. Like real talk, bro. Like you can tell that AP has been a major factor in Jack Jones.
Well, Jack Jones did say he's a father figure to him.
Yeah,
he absolutely did. So
I mean, bro, you know the kid since he was in high school.
Yeah.
AP's son and Jack Jones are friends. They were teammates in high school.
Yeah.
Like it's just, bro, you can tell the way AP was able to calm Jack Jones down.
Yes, the respect
to show you that relationships are super, super important because, bro, Jack Jones is from that. He really from that.
Mm-hmm.
He really from that. He ain't no sucker. And what they did was they tried to derail this game by playing on the fact that he's a thug to try to get him kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
When punk ass Rice
took his mouthpiece and fucking threw it. Yeah.
Now this is the thing I want to see from the National Football League. If that would have been a Raider, he would have got fined like a mother effer.
He had a 15 yards.
About it. We've seen Kyler Murray talk about the Raider fans doing this and that. They ain't even do nothing, this punk ass. Yeah. What are you going to do with this chief instigating something like that and then his teammates playing into it and throwing it away to try to make it look like nothing happened?
They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything because now they're America's darlings now. Because you have fucking Kelsey and fucking Mahomes who are throwing bitch tantrums throughout the entire game, but they're still going to be protected because those are the new golden boys of the league.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Travis Kelsey getting old. He about to be one of the golden girls of the league. He about to be gone.
Salute to Maul. Did y'all see Parham throw Chris Jones out the club on that block? Yes. Bro, he absolutely destroyed that dude. Like that was beautiful. And think about it. If what Wasted said, if you look at him as the number one free agent, they could be playing across from each other in practice week in and week out. Think about that. Like I would love to see, do you understand what having a Chris Jones at training camp at practice on a weekly basis will do for your offensive line? He probably turned Parham into all pro.
You willing to pay this dude $25 to $28 million a year?
Yes, 1,000% I would, bro. Let me tell you something.
And I'm drafting Newton. I'm drafting Newton.
There's only a couple of guys that come along, and Graphic and I talked about this on the phone. There's only a couple of defensive tackles that come along in a generation who are worthy of that top billing. You know what I mean? Like it was, you had Darryl Russell had that kind of ability, but his career got derailed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out rock Darryl Russell.
Real quick, wasn't that Van Roten on that tackle on that hit? I thought Van Roten was the one that knocked Chris Jones on his ass. Parham was a part of the play.
It was on the right side. I think it was Van Roten because I think you and I had called something on it.
Yes, Parham was in on the block, and then Van Roten came out of left field and just knocked his ass out. It was
Greg Fred Flintstone Van Roten.
Hey, real quick, salute to Van Roten because Van Roten. He is on Twitter right now telling everybody to vote for him to be a Pro Bowler. Salute to you, brave soldier.
Axel, Roten.
Great Van Roten. And we were just talking about overvaluing players. I think my guy Van Roten is definitely out there overvaluing himself. He is pushing the Pro Bowl narrative to be a right guard in the Pro Bowl. Salute to him. He is seeing things that we are not seeing.
Greg Van Roten.
Yeah, man. Greg Van Roten will probably be a backup to the backup or the backup with a backup on the side. That's the only way he get to the Pro Bowl, yo.
He would be the 30-second alternate
bro.
At right guard. Salute to Mando. I'm hoping Mumford is the right tackle of the future. And Mando, even more, he may be, if some point they move on from Colton, which I want to keep Colton Miller forever if we can. But that injury, and we don't know, he may be a future tackle, period. I don't know what side. It could be the left side, it could be the right side, because he's looked good on the left too. Yeah. So I'm hoping that he is a part of this future for sure. You got to get out of here, Wasted?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me and Hammer hold it down for the next few minutes, man. I'm going to get these supers out the way. Salute to our brother Wasted. You already know he got to do some family stuff. I got to get out of here in a second also.
I got to go pick up my baby.
Yeah, my son. Salute to Pop. Go do your thing, brother. You already know, man.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Hammer McHammerlin himself. Guys, we will see you. I'll see you.
Salute to my brother, Wasted Talent, man. Salute to Top. My concern moving the Raiders having a history of gearing up for big games, then crumbling in the next. I'm hoping this team brings the same energy. Top, I agree. And it's on a short week. And we're going on the road playing another early game. The odds are definitely stacked up against us. But I think this team is different. I think that they are ready for this. I think that they know what's at stake by winning this game. I think we're going to be ready. But you are right. We have beat the Chiefs, played big games, and then came out and shit the bed against terrible teams. You are definitely right. I just have a feeling this team is different. It's just the vibe is different. And I think they're going to be prepared. AP is going to have these guys ready. And they know that our season is, bro, there's an opportunity here to keep this thing going. If you go beat Indy, you may be playing for a playoff spot January 6th at our place against a team that just benched their starting quarterback.
But you do understand why they benched him, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The Derek Carr effect, the same shit as last year.
So do you think realistically right now, like this clearly was not Sean Payton's guy, but a few weeks after he came to Denver, they gave him like a 6 or 7 year contract extension.
Yeah.
You think that they're going to try to find a way to trade him this offseason? And where do you think he would go?
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I don't see him. I don't know. Like this, I don't see a place where he could go. I mean, New Orleans.
I can give you a team right now. Now that I'm thinking about it, and we're having this conversation. New England.
They're gonna draft one.
Think so?
Yeah, they're gonna draft one. I don't see them. They're going to have a top 5 pick. I don't see them putting all that kind of money in that stock into a Russell Wilson when they have a lot of other, a lot of shit they need to build on the offensive side of the football. Hey, TN08, the Steelers. That's an interesting team. The Falcons. Ritter's not the guy. Pickett doesn't look like the guy out there in Pittsburgh.
No.
And they have him on a rookie deal. So this would be the time to go pay a guy like a Russell Wilson. I mean, maybe Pittsburgh, maybe Atlanta. Those are 2 teams. Definitely. Tampa's not, dark side. They're going to bring back Baker Mayfield. He's had a great year. They're going to re-sign him. Tennessee, I don't see that, Boozy, because
they drafted a quarterback in the first round for 2 straight years, man.
Yeah. Well, they got Mr. Mayonnaise in the second round, and then they got Malik
Willis
in the third, right? Third or fourth.
I thought it was earlier than that for Malik.
It could be, but they drafted quarterbacks back-to-back years. Ryan Tannehill's finally about to move on. I don't see them doing it. 10 Commandments says Cousins to Denver. That's definitely a team to keep an eye on if Minnesota moves on. But I still have this feeling that the Niners shit the bed in the playoffs and Brock Purdy does not live up to the hype. I think that they go get Kirk Cousins. I do. I think that they go pay Kirk Cousins to bring him in to be Shanahan's guy to try and take him to the next level. Salute to UA. If we can draft the top quarterback in DT and hire an OC off the Niners staff, we'll be on our way. Kuntz, Max, Tyree, and our rookie DT will own this league.
I love it.
My guy, you bringing a guy that a Shanahan guy You know what I mean? That can definitely unlock this offense. This is fact. Salute to UA, my dude. Salute to Rudy as well. Hammer, you owe me an apology for calling me a low IQ for blaming the Jaguars' loss on McDaniels. I told you last year he was a cancer. You called me low IQ. I still love you, but damn, bro, I know ball.
My bad.
Hey, there you go, Rudy. Rudy, you got it. You got it. Mando, no, I do not want to see Hugh Jackson anywhere near this Raiders team. Salute to Hugh Jackson. I know he's enjoying retirement at this point, right? He's relaxing on his couch somewhere. No, Mando. Salute to Cheese Man, also in a $5 donation. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button also if you're not subscribed. They tried to feed Tate 3 straight passes. Yes, on one series. And let RD gassed from the previous series. Him and AOC need more time in the offseason to gel.
Look, we talked about this with O'Connell, and I'm going to say this one last time. We got 2 games left, so this will be the last time I say it. This was McDaniels' draft pick, right, in the 4th round.
Mm-hmm.
McDaniels has a thing, just like this is the Patriot way. They have a thing when it comes to rookies. If they feel that you're not ready, they're not going to do shit for you. They're not going to help to develop you. And we saw him as the emergency quarterback for the first couple of weeks, and it was like, oh, let's experiment and throw him to the wolves for a start so I can prove my point. That all falls on McDaniels and not developing this kid. Granted, he's now what, 4-4 as a starter?
Yep.
Has a 61.8 completion percentage, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He didn't have the time to develop that chemistry with Tay or the rest of these starters for that matter. The only 2 guys he really got to build a chemistry with, and this was in the preseason, was Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So give him more time.
Salute to 1970. Yes, I definitely seen it. We actually talked about it, Hammer, right? About Q's interview with LeVar Arrington and about him having some of his guys already ready to go. And Arrington seemed really excited about some of the potential guys that AP was talking about bringing in. So if you guys have not gotten a chance to, go look for that Q interview with LeVar Arrington. Some great info, great insight in there. Salute to 1970. Salute to my dog, K. Michael. Also, I appreciate you, family, for becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV. Top says odds that Tay gets traded for a high draft pick. Very low. Very low.
Not happening.
Very low. I don't see it happening because if you're going to move on from Tay Top, you have to go get another guy with that kind of fits the money. Quinnen Williams. If they are willing to get rid of Quinnen Williams, which I don't see it because Robert Salah is going to stay there as the head coach. He loves his defense. Now, if he wants to appease Rodgers, maybe he does it. The money kind of lines up a little bit more. You can't just allow Devonte to walk and take that kind of massive hit for a draft pick. Or even to Sauce Gardner because he's on a rookie deal, so it still doesn't line up. I think at some point, if you're going to move on from Tay, it has to be like a Quinnen Williams type contract that you can kind of balance it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I could be wrong, but I just think that you can't take that kind of massive hit without bringing in some money to make it kind of even out a little bit.
Jay Legend says Jay Gruden. You know what? I'll say this about Jay Gruden real quick.
Rick is stupid. My dead grandma is a better OC than Hugh Jackson. God
damn, bro. Jay Gruden, offensive. He's a great offensive-minded coach. I know that, but that dude was fit best in the Arena League. He was very successful as a head coach in the Arena League. It's easy when you can fucking call 7-on-7 and do some crazy ass plays on a 50-yard field, but I don't see him as an offensive coordinator for us.
No, not at all. And to be honest, let's just keep any Gruden away from the shield.
Well, we still have Deuce. We still have Deuce there.
Well, Deuce there's a reason he's there. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. There's enough Gruden in the locker room already. Salute to Mondo, man, with that content. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. We appreciate you guys as always. My apologies the first 10 minutes of the show. My Wi-Fi was bugging, but we got it to work. I don't know what the hell was going on. But we went over earlier, little bro, about the Raiders signing tight end Zack Gentry off the Bengals practice squad. He is now on the official 53-man roster. It is not. Yeah. So that's why I put Michael Mayer out for the season ? Because with him signing to the active 53-man roster, I think that is saying that our young guy, our rook, is probably down and out for the next 2 games. I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm a betting man, I'm assuming
they're shutting him down.
They're shutting him down. Yeah, he's done for the season. You know what I'm saying? So right now, Cole Fotheringham looked okay for us. Jesper Horsted still on the injury report. I don't know if he is this week. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. But I don't think that this move was a move because of Jesper Horsted being hurt. I think this is a potential move because Michael Mayer may be gone. They may sit him for the season. So we still have Hooper out there as a starter at this point, and we still have Cole Fotheringham. But maybe, just maybe, they bring this kid up. Well, they don't have to bring him up now. I mean, they signed him to the 53-man roster. So I'm assuming that he'll be probably tight end too, and Cole Fotheringham will revert back to the practice squad. So other than that, we talked about Russell Wilson being benched, talking about Stidham coming back, the Mr. Two. You know, you always can depend on 2 games left in the season. You're going to see Stidham. So interesting move by Sean Payton. By bringing him in, he signed him to a 2-year deal, $5 million a clip. So we will be seeing Stidham, barring any injury, in the last week of the season. Other than that, man, I don't really have anything else to say. Hammer, what you got going on, bro?
Not a damn thing. I went live while you guys were live for 20 minutes, did the presser. If you guys want to go back and take a look, go over to Raider Nation News today, and you guys will hear Aidan O'Connell and Devonte Adams as they did their Wednesday weekly presser. Hit the subscribe button. We on that road to 8K. But yeah, I'm done for the night, man. I'm going to probably just go and rest. I got one more day of work for the week, so yeah.
Commandments. So Fotheringham reverted to the practice squad, Jakob, and I don't think they're going to try and bring him up again. Well, how many times we brought up Jakob now? Twice. But at the end of the day, this is a terrible run defense. Indianapolis, I think we're early, right? 28th, 29th in the league.
Yeah, they're like 29th.
I don't think you really need Jakob out there. This isn't a game where you need him out there in the run game. I think we'll be able to run the football effectively with Zeus and Josh if he's out there. So, yeah, man. Scott says, yo, Graf, show that video of that dog shitting on the Chiefs field. Did you see that?
No.
Bro, it is absolute comedy, bro. Look at this shit real quick. I love that he brought that up. Before we get out of here, I got to show you guys this fucking video, man. You want to see it, son? Stay over there, okay? Let me see. I'm going to bring this up. Salute to everybody here in the building once again. Appreciate you guys for rocking. I got to find this video. Hey, real fast also, man, I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, but rest in peace to my boy Mackin, man, a good friend of mine growing up. We came up out the sandbox together, man. I found out he passed away yesterday. Salute to my guy Mackin, man. You already know what it is. Fruit Ridge's finest, man. My boy Mackin, man. That's my brother, man. Let me see. Trying to find a video.
A dog taking a poop.
Yeah, a dog taking a straight boo-boo.
What?
Okay, hold on. It's on my Instagram. Let me find it real quick.
That's so random.
I know, right? And what I heard it was the Chiefs owner's dog. So it makes it even more funny. All right, here we go. All right. Let me see, man. Yeah, thank you guys for the prayer hands and stuff, man. Salute to my guy, man. I said Fruit Ridge, but I meant 47's finest. My brother Mackin. All right, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Let's go to my Instagram real quick. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God. A dog is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. A dog is.
Jinxed it, bro.
Yo,
damn.
Bro went over there and took a full-fledged dumpery, bro, after the game. Nasty work, bro. He said the dog is doing God's work. Salute to Castro. Look it up, brother, on just Google it. Google it. You'll find it. Look up your boy Q and LeVar Arrington interview, and it's on there. It's on Google. Or you can go down Q's timeline somewhere on Twitter. He'll probably have it up somewhere also.
A dog taking a dump on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, nasty work out here in these streets, son. Salute to Cowtown on the way out. Thank you, Graf, for giving us something dope to watch about our Raiders. Appreciate y'all. Keep it up. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Other than that, you guys, I'm going to get out of here, man. Go throw the football around with my son before he smokes my boots. On the way out, man, Reaper says, Jaden Daniels shout out Pierce in the Heisman speech. He definitely did. That's something to definitely monitor as the draft comes around. Yeah, man. Salute to my bro Hammer for pulling up on me. Salute to our brother Wasted Talent for you guys watching over there. Hit that sub button. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Damn, they keep coming, man. Salute to K. Raph, how about getting Hondo on the live during the draft? Well, he's supposed to be doing a live with us for the Broncos game if I pull up to Vegas. So stay tuned for that. But if not, definitely. Me and Hondo already had that conversation around the draft. He really wanted to wait until after the Super Bowl, but my birthday being in a few weeks, he was talking about pulling up on us and doing a live podcast in Vegas. So stay tuned for that also. So trust me, I will make that happen, Michael. You heard it from Hondo's lips himself. He said he will pull back up over here and do a show with us. You will be seeing him over here again shortly. Other than that, man, salute to everybody else in the building. Love, little bro. You already know we are out of here, y'all. One.
That's what I'm talking about.